session. I'm gonna go put my AirPod away and I'll be back in just a minute, boys. But I'm waiting for you guys to tune in. What is up, beautiful people? Welcome to another HS session with Marky. If you guys are brand new here, this is the Legacy Funded Futures Discord. So this is the Discord for the prop firm Legacy Funded Futures. If you guys are unfamiliar with Legacy Funded Futures, we sell prop firm accounts, so 50K, 100K, 150K account, and those are as cheap as $100 a month with the Rise accounts. And if you guys want a discount as well, be sure to use code MARK. But with that being said, guys, let's do a top-down analysis. What I trade on Legacy. Here's my Legacy account. This is the platform that we use. It's called DX Trade. We trade Asia session and gold. So the reason why I trade gold during Asia session because it's very volatile. So let's actually dive into the charts and let's see what we have so far. And the reason why I trade at this specific time of the day is because it is a new 4-hour candle open. So let me show you guys. Let me know in the general chat if you guys can hear me and if you guys can see me. Let me know if everything's all good in the general chat. It's good or no? You guys can see the computer screen as well? You don't see it? Stream failed. All right, I'm gonna stop the stream and I'm gonna restart it. Okay. Boom. Let me know if this fixes the issue. If not, I'm gonna go ahead and leave the call and then join back because that usually fixes it. But let me know in the general chat now if you guys can see my screen. Working now, perfect. Okay, guys, and if you guys want to, just because there is the option of doing so, you guys can pull up YouTube and you guys can go to the Legacy Funded YouTube channel. We got 6 people watching on there as well. So if you guys want to, be sure to drop a sub on our YouTube channel just to support us. We go live every single day for every single session of the day. And if you guys don't believe me, go to the channel, go to live stream, and what do you guys see here? I get Asia session, Luca covers Power Hour, Chris covers early New York session, and then Nick covers London session. Nick is out on a cruise trip, so I'm not sure if he got the YouTube stream, but he still goes live in London session. So be sure to drop a sub on our Legacy Funded YouTube page as well. And with that being said, boys, let's see what gold is doing for us today. Okay, so what I see so far is we have a bullish gap right here. We closed below this gap, but then we pulled back above it. It's the only relevant 4-hour gap for us right now. So what this would be called right now, for anybody that knows, it's called a Reaper. So it's a bullish Reaper for value gap. I only use these whenever we don't have any other gaps that form in between. You guys can see we have a gap down here, but that's not essentially relevant to us. This Reaper is telling us that it doesn't actually have to go down into this gap right here. And above it right here, we have a bearish 4-hour gap as well. So this is why I didn't trade anything late PM session this morning, because I was kind of in between these ranges and I wasn't sure where it was going to go. So now that we're inside of Asia session, we're kind of looking at this 4-hour range and we're wondering what we should aim for. So again, I've been bullish, and like people who are telling me that it sells this week, buys next week, I just completely disagree with you. Just because of the direction of the dollar, how it's been moving, and the trend of this overall month has been extremely bullish. We've been churning around after all this amount of sell side that we were getting in the past weeks. So I'm seeing that we're going to push back into this weekly gap and we're going to go higher from here. That's what I personally would like to see on gold, and that's why I'm going to be trading in the bullish direction. Again, we have a Reaper. I'm not just going to enter randomly. We're going to scale down right now and we're going to look for confirmation. Yeah, yesterday was a Monday, so as long as we preserve our accounts, again, I only risked like 5 micros on the trades. So we had a very small loss yesterday. Let's scale it up. Let's make that back. I'm already seeing on the 1 minute time frame, we have a really nice confirmation. So I'm going to leave the 4-hour time frame up on the left side of the screen, and on the right side I'm going to go down to the 1 minute time frame. So on the 1 minute time frame, what I was seeing, this is not gold. We have to go to forex.com. And what I'm seeing here on gold is that we got a nice liquidity sweep. Who knows what a liquidity sweep is? Can somebody tell me in the general chat what a liquidity sweep is? What do you think? Will a short make sense? I'll tell you right now, brother. Or sister. Yeah, that's it. Looks like a girl. But welcome to Asia session, everybody. Hope you guys are all doing well. Let's see what we get right now. Somebody tell me what a liquidity sweep is. Several people are typing. Come on, I'm not seeing any answers though. We got people typing. I'm not seeing no answers. I see everything. Let's go. Let's kill it today. Let me know if my on YouTube if my screen gets in the way. My webcam. All right, somebody tell me. When liquidity sweeps. Yeah, but what does that mean? What does it mean? Candlestick takes out swing low or swing high. So there you go. It takes out the lows. Candlestick takes out the lows. So we're getting another liquidity sweep here. Today's episode of the Market Makers Bootcamp, I'm not sure if you guys watched it, but I made a video pretty much on internal and external liquidity. When the rich decides to take our money. Yeah, exactly, bro. Exactly. So this is when everybody puts their stop losses. Like, I know you guys take trades, right? You guys all take trades. When you guys take trades, you're putting your stop loss below the low. So when the market goes and takes out the lows, it's taking out your stop loss. So over here, it's taking out your stop loss. And there's so much orders. There's so much stop losses right here. The market will be taking everything out, right? So we're getting a liquidity sweep of sell side here. It's not a breakout. It's a liquidity sweep. So once again, we just took out liquidity. What did we tap into right now? Somebody tell me what we just tapped into. Now that we took out the liquidity right here, this is actually a very significant level, and this would be a great spot to try to look for a bullish trade. Somebody tell me why. Grabbing fuel for the push is a great way to talk about liquidity, where large institutional traders deliberately push price past key levels such as previous highs, lows, or consolidated areas. Yes. Into discount, 4-hour support resistance. No, not quite. Price moves into a level where lots of orders are sitting just to trigger them before reversing directions. That's a good example as well, because the SL has already been reached, so that has volume for a long. Yes, that is true. But what also we just tapped into, I mentioned this in the start of the stream. So let's get rid of this Reaper because it's not relevant to us anymore because we have a regular bullish FEG right here. So you guys kind of see we're in between these two gaps. I love this. I love when we're in between gaps. So we shouldn't just take a trade. This is a 4-hour bullish gap. We're inside of the 4-hour FEG now. We shouldn't just take a trade. We should look for a confirmation. So this is a bearish one and this is a bullish FEG. You guys should learn what a fair value gap is. It'll help you just in general. So we just took out this low. Again, we've been kind of trending towards sell side here, but we're finally actually tapping into a pretty significant level. So despite the fact that we've been running down all this time, we can get a massive reversal here. I think my target for today's stream is going to be these highs right here. So it's going to be my target for stream today. Target for Asia session. That's what I'm going to be aiming for. And as soon as we get an IFEG towards buy side, we're going to take that trade from here up to this level right there. That's a massive trade. We're aiming for about 100 pips. It's actually not as big as I thought, but you guys can see we tapped into a bullish FEG. We're getting a nice rejection here. We're going to wait for either an order block to form, a new fair value gap, or an IFEG. So I'm going to write all of those down so you guys can see when we finally get them. I should have had this pinned somewhere, but it's the anchored text. So I'm just going to look for that right now. That just makes it stay on the screen. Thought it was somewhere here. Did they get rid of it maybe? Anchored text. Maybe they did get rid of it. So right here we have oh, you can just click it and then it'll anchor. Okay, that's nice. I didn't know about that. What is it called? We are looking for an FVG, a new FVG, an IFVG, or a order block to form. So we're looking for one of these concepts to form, and that's going to give us confirmation for the trade that we're about to take. So you guys can see we're already rejecting off of this 4-hour bullish gap. We took out liquidity, we're reversing. So that was not a breakout. Most breakouts that you guys are trying to trade are actually just liquidity sweeps. That's why if you guys have been struggling to trade breakouts, try to learn the concept of liquidity. It makes a lot of sense. Think about it. You guys are putting your stop losses below the lows. People are putting their stop losses below the lows. There's a bunch of orders there, so whenever it takes it out, it will reverse. So let's see if we get the IFVG, new FVG, or an order block. We're waiting for one of those things to happen. Okay, boys? What's an order block again? An order block is a bearish candle that gets pretty much flipped. So it's like a single or two order blocks, or not order blocks, but bearish candles right here. And then when the bullish candle takes it over, we can use that candle as like pretty much like a little support zone that's going to hold the price down right there. So we're waiting for that to happen. We have one for sells on the 5-minute, I believe. What's your SL points, son? We haven't taken the trade, so we aren't entering a stop loss just yet. No dating on this group. Ivan seems you in love. Bro, this guy. This guy. Boys, if you guys haven't already, I upload almost daily on my YouTube channel. It's Trades by Marky. If you guys haven't already, go check it out. If you guys want to learn the concepts and strategy that I trade, then go ahead and check out my YouTube channel, how to use Legacy, everything you need to know to get funded. Fair value gaps is a concept that I was talking about here. All the concepts that I was talking about. And then there's specific, like putting them all together. And I'm currently making a boot camp. Bootcamp episode 1, 2, 3, and every single one of these is on a different concept. This is the intro to all the concepts. Then we go into ICT kill zones, which is the specific times. Then we go into psychology. Then the next thing was market structure, macros, which is another time-based concept. And the next one is going to be on, what did I record it on? Oh, internal and external liquidity. So there's a ton of sauce out there on my YouTube channel. Be sure to drop a sub if you guys want to get that content and learn the exact strategy that I'm trading here. Okay, so we just got our first bearish candle. This is good because bearish candles, if we go back after creating bearish candles, we will get an order block. So let's let these candles develop. Let's see if we stay above this low right here. Because remember, if we're changing structure, we want to make sure that we're creating higher lows, and higher highs. Okay? So we're not going to be impatient here today. This is a high probability day. We have a beautiful 4-hour gap. So let's be patient. Let's get a wonderful trade and let's kill it today, boys. Why does Mike never gender? He always says boys. I feel excluded. Because boys are, they've been here since day one. Girls can't just pull up and expect me to switch up. I can't switch up on my OGs like that. Okay, we're getting a nice range of bearish candles. Let's see, we might even take out the lows here. Okay, so we're staying inside of this bullish gap. Do you guys see that? We're staying inside of this bullish gap on the lower time frame. Now we're about to take out this high. When we take out this high, we're going to get two things. We're going to get an IFVG right here. So that means that this bearish fair value gap is going to change into a bullish FVG. IFVG, I mean. And then this range right here is going to be a bullish order block. So our stop loss is probably going to go below this low right here when we get that. We got to wait for it to develop first. So give it a little bit more time. The FVG on the 1 minute time frame is looking really good though. It's looking really good. We're respecting it nicely. So let's just wait for it to go a little bit higher here. What do you think about trading the first 15-minute candle range? I tried it today in Asia and it was success selling from the range breakout to where we are now. First 15-minute candle range, yeah, like you're talking about, what is it called? What is that strategy called? CRT, Central Range Theorem, something like that. I don't trade that. I don't think that it's the best strategy. You still have to incorporate daily narrative. You still have to like figure out like these concepts and what the market's doing. It's not going to be the same like, oh, it breaks above and candle closes above the first 15-minute candle. It's going to rip in that direction. I don't think that that's a good way of trading consistently. Okay, boys, you guys are seeing here that we have just breached this low. If we pull back up and stay inside of this gap, that would look really good for us. But for now, this is a bearish sign, which it's not bad because, again, we have this massive 4-hour bullish FEG. So if it wants to go lower, it's just filling more of this gap. This does not mean that we're bearish. This just means it's filling more of the gap. Again, I'm not going to rush into any trades. I'm waiting for a market structure shift. We need at least an IFEG, or we need to get a order block right here. But we did not get an order block. You guys can see we didn't even take this high. If we took that high, we would have gotten a nice order block. We would have gotten an IFEG. But for now, it's pretty bearish. Disrespected this gap right here, so I'm not going to look at it anymore. I think for the long run, gold will come to the next liquidity sweep down to 4,650. And what makes you think that, Mr. Russo? The reason why I would disagree with you is because the dollar has been melting. You know what I mean? And it's XAUUSD. So what does that mean? Is gold versus the dollar. If the dollar is melting on like a higher time frame, it's actually going down in the span of the next few weeks, then gold is going to be going up. You can't just expect it to drop like that heavily without having like economic backing behind that. Trend in itself is temporary. Trend can change like this. What matters is the overall direction, because this trend right here is pretty much just this week's trend. If you look at the last week, we had a nice bullish candle. If you look at the weeks before this, we had bullish range. We're now inside of the discount of this bullish range. Actually, we're not in the discount yet. But either way, because this candle is big, we barely tapped into it. But what I'm trying to say, what I'm trying to tell you is you can't just expect such a big liquidity sweep, like 4,650 down here, without more behind that. Like we already filled this bullish gap. We already tapped into this IFEG up here. We rejected from it not once, 2 times already. So as long as we get lower time frame confirmation, I'm not going to be afraid to take longs. Ooh, I do see right here though, guys, we do have a no-wick candle. I just noticed that. You guys gotta also point those things out to me because I skipped through the 1 minute, not 1 minute, 1 hour time frame. But this right here is a nice target. I would aim for something like this, a 1 hour no-wick. So let's keep our eyes on this as well, because this could be a target that gets taken out later. 1 hour no-wick. I also need to pull up the indicator because whenever I split my screen, it doesn't show me the indicators on both sides. There you go. So this is what the daily candle looks like, and yesterday's range left us this 1 hour no-wick. Let's go back to the lower time frame now that we have that marked out. And we'll see, guys, if we're struggling to break up above these highs and create some nice ranges, then we can totally aim for this 1 hour no-wick. Okay, we can totally aim for that if we are struggling to break up above this IFG. But you guys can see right now what we just got. What did we get, guys? Anybody saw this on the 1 minute time frame? Liquidity sweep. We took out the lows. We reversed up and we got this bearish FEG that we then closed above. We tapped into it right here, and this right here is a 1 minute IFEG. So that's what I love trading almost every single day. We're going to go ahead and take a trade just right now from this range. We're going to put our stop loss below that, which is 30 tick stop loss. And let's go ahead and aim for these highs right here, this most recent high. This is going to be our first trade of the day. All right, boys, I'm hopping in off this IFEG. Let's go. 5 micros to 30 tick stop loss. Boom. Create order. I'm in. 5 micro, 30 tick stop loss, and a 100 tick TP. But I think I'm just going to take a profits at this high right here, because we're kind of still trending towards sell side, because I think that 1 hour no wick is a good draw on liquidity. This is definitely going to be something that gets taken out at some point. 1 hour no wick. So our first target, boys, for this 1 minute IFEG is going to be closing above this bearish gap. I'm going to go ahead and make this a lower opacity so it's not in the way. Let's also get rid of the middle line on this gap. There you go. So you guys see this bearish gap right here. We want to see market close above it. We want to see our 1 minute IFEG that's bullish push our price up out of this little range that we're inside of and close above this gap. If it doesn't close above this gap, we can totally close this trade earlier, because we don't want to risk it running down to this 1 hour no wick. But we're getting a beautiful rejection from this area already. $35 profit. Let's go. But let's just watch price and let's see if we close above this area. Okay, boys? Everybody following that? Longs. Yes, we are in longs. Let's go. One minute IFEG. We always trade the 1 minute IFEGs. Let me see what's going in the chat. Really, girls ain't that much here. I have no idea what he's talking about. Maybe he means there's not much girls here. Greg saying you're getting attention, not bullying. And then Ray's talking about following the downtrend. Why trade against the trend? Because it's Asia session. The trend happened before, like, Asia session. You know what I mean? We kind of started pre-Asia session. So we want to make sure that now that we're in, actually, never mind, I'm wrong. This happened during Asia session. But what I'm talking about is we have a new 4 hour candle, and we're also inside of a 4 hour bullish gap. So it was, yes, it was bearish because we were running from a bearish gap, but now we're bullish because we're inside of a bullish gap. Do you kind of understand that? We were bearish. Do you guys see where we're running from? We're running from this 4 hour gap up here, but now we're running from a 4 hour bullish gap. Beautiful. Okay, we might close above this gap right now. We got 10 seconds left and we will close above this gap. When we close above this gap, we're going to go break even on our trade. $75 profit so far. Let's see if we push up above it. Mark, you better tell me your SL points in time so I can figure out my risk. I told you, bro. I told you. 30 ticks. 30 ticks, bro. I have it right here on my screen. You guys can look at the right side on trade bar. We have a 30 tick stop loss. Okay, so what I noticed right now is we filled up the gap completely, but we did not close above it. Are you guys seeing that? We got to give it a little bit more time because it won't always happen with just one big bullish candle. But we would love to see this run up and fill this gap, close above it, turn it into an IFEG, run higher into this next gap. That would be nice. Come on. Come on, boys. Do y'all not listen? Thank you, JB. I did say it. I did say it, right? I did say. Good trade position. I know we got a beautiful position from the IFEG. That was a really good trade. There's 2 without a bottom wick. On what time frame? Talking about the 1 hour? There's one down here. You can kind of see that we're leaving that, you know? We're leaving that behind. We'll see right now. Just based off of how it reacts from this 4 hour gap, we'll see whether we should even care about this 1 hour no wick or not. Because like 4 hour time frame, you go up, there is nothing. You know what I mean? There's no wicks on the 4 hour. I'm not saying that you should ignore it just because it doesn't exist on the higher time frame. But if the higher time frame wants to go up, it's gonna go up. Do you guys all know Bean? Do you guys know who Bean is? All right, we closed above. You guys see this? We finally closed above the IFEG. Let's freaking go. Okay, boys. I think it's time for us to go break even. But we just pulled down. Let's wait for it to rip up a little bit higher. We want to see that the IFEG is also being respected. Because if it doesn't respect it, like, we're dropping like crazy. We just barely made the IFEG right there on the 1 minute time frame. See on the 3 minute? Got a 3 minute new candle. Don't get worried, guys. Don't get worried. But this sucks. Because we were like sitting in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bullish candles. And then one candle in 30 seconds is already just ripping through all of that effort. Come on. Alright, guys. I think it is heading for this 1 hour no wick. But that's chill. We only entered with 5 micros. So if we hit our TP, we would have gotten like maybe $300. But we lost this trade and we only lost $150. What we're heading for now is this 1 hour no wick. That's for sure. Are you guys down? Let's just sell to it. Let's just sell. We don't even need confirmation for this because look at how massive the move is right now. Let's just sell. I'm hopping in sells. I'm doing 40 tick stop loss. 5 micros, and I'm selling down to this no wick. Because like this candle, just like it's outrageous that we just did that. I'm just completely flipping on the narrative, and I'm targeting this 1 hour no wick. Okay? Because this is unprecedented. We just swept out buy side, ran straight on this sell side, and we have a nice target that's just a few pips lower. So I definitely do think we're gonna take out that no wick. So I'm in the trade now with 5 micros. We're just gonna flip this narrative around, and we're just gonna target this no wick. I was hoping that it just wasn't gonna go there because we're rejecting off of the 4 hour time frame. But it does suck because like we had this IFEG. We were holding it from this entry that we had 5 candles, and then one random candle just prints 30 ticks. That's not fair. You sell high and buy low. We're not at the low though. That's what you understand. We're not at the low at all. 1 minute low does not mean you're at the bottom of the move, bro. Because we're not at the low if we still have this amount of range to get to this 1 hour no wick. We're chilling. I'm going to stick to my gut because I've done this before, and I'm going to hold this to the 1 hour no wick. Nice sell side coming in so far. I definitely do think that we're gonna get a nice amount of buy side after we take out this no wick. Okay, guys, we're now at $115. We lost $150 on the first trade. Go ahead and go break even on this just because we are already pretty far away from our entry. I'm gonna break even. Okay, we're about to take out the no wick. When we take out this no wick, I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna give it a few more candles. Okay, we didn't take it out just yet. Take a look. We haven't gotten there just yet. We're almost there, and we still just barely missed it. So just give it a little bit more time. It looks like we tapped it, but we didn't tap it just yet. I'm giving it a little bit more time. Let's give it a few more candles. Come on. $150 floating now. We just need it to drop a little bit lower into this NOIC. Come on. All right, we're about to get it. $150 floating. Come on, just go a little bit lower, bro. Why is it actually rage baiting us right now, bro? Why is it actually stopping right at the freaking, right before it's taking it out? Just dump straight through this low. Come on. It edged us. Yeah. It's about to take it out. It is about to take it out. Come on. I just want to take at least a little bit more than that first trade. We also didn't hit TP, so there's no point of closing yet. We didn't hit our TP just yet. We just need a little bit longer. That was a good reversal trade, though. I just know that the next target was so close to us. Like, we might as well just take the trade, sell to it, and then we could buy again after. But now you guys see that we're going to buy starting from our fresh balance. Come on. There you go. We finally hit it. All right, boys. Floating $140. I mean, we actually took it out this time. I'm just going to close it. 120. I'm closing it. Whatever. I'm not going to worry about this. I'm down $35. That's pretty much just commissions at this point. Okay. We hit our target. 1 hour NOIC on the second trade. Made back a little bit of the first trade that we took. But I'm going to look for one more, okay? Today's stream is going to be nice and entertaining. We have still 30 minutes left for this hourly range that we're inside of now. And we're going to cook this up, okay, guys? When we start to reverse from this area, this 1 hour NOIC, we're going to cook it up. We're going to wait for this to come up, create an IFEG, and then we're going to take a trade from this IFEG up to the level I was aiming for, which is the high up here. There you go. Target for Asia session, these nice equal highs. I want to take that out. I want to aim from this level here up to this level here. If we can do that, that would be just amazing, just beautiful. Who's ready to trade that with me? Good sell trade to get back in. Yes, we had to get back in, make some of those losses back. Yes, it will drop and sweep the next lows before going on a bullish run. Don't marry your bias, Mr. Russo. Adapt to the market. If it does go up, we will take buys. I'm not just entering buys just because I want to enter buys. I will look for confirmation. You guys can see here that we're kind of starting to consolidate around this area, and the reason why is because it's areas like this, NOICs. This is why I make videos on these concepts. Like, if you guys go to my YouTube channel, you guys will see I have videos on, let's see. I have videos up on NOIC candles. Wick, no wick. My NOIC trading strategy makes me $2,000 a day. Now, that's obviously a thumbnail and a half, but you guys understand I have videos up on this concept, and the reason why is because this is a concept that I see repeated over and over again in the market. Whenever the market creates no wick, it will almost always go to those candles. Now, obviously today I'm bullish. We also have a 4-hour gap. So I'm going to be trading from the 4-hour gap. I'm not going to look at the 1 hour when there's a 4-hour confluence. Do you guys understand? But that doesn't mean I should ignore it. So the fact that we couldn't get the confirmation, we took the trade, we got a nice little run up, but it just dumped right after. I realized that this is what it wanted to take out right now. So now that we're trying to look for buys again, we have to wait for confirmation. Here's the current gap that we're looking for. It did not give us the IFEG. Instead, it rejected from it. So we're just going to give it a little bit more time. Let's see if it goes back up there. If it does, we'll get one more trade today. Mr. Russell, are you in sales right now? Do you have a trades active right now? Who's in here? Daniel, you're in here? How you doing, bro? My little brother's in here. You're still holding that sell? Good stuff, brother. I just don't like sitting around the target. Especially because our entry was pretty bad. We could have easily gotten taken out at break even. But I'm looking for a reversal here. I'm going to work on my YouTube channels. Not YouTube channel, but my YouTube video that I was doing some jump cuts for. So I'm just going to mute up and wait for this to start to reverse. And if we do get back above, I'm still going to be here in this exact position. I just don't want you guys to hear my YouTube video. Alrighty, boys. I'll catch you guys when we get above this 1 minute gap. I'm going to keep an eye on it. Be right back. I have a question for you guys. If I gave you the opportunity to make $70, like to save $70, but it took 2 weeks of your time, would you guys take that offer? Just to save $70. Like if you had $70 that I took from you and I was like, I'll give you the $70 back, but like it'll take 2 weeks. Is that worth it? Like for you guys? Thank you, Alan, for replying multiple times. No, I would charge you interest. But like the point is that $70 or like 75, like it's not worth 2 weeks of your time. You guys can go like work a job and make $400 in a day, right? Not for me, like not really. Exactly. So why are you guys taking 2 weeks to pass a funded account? Why are you guys trying to save $70? The goal is to get funded, right? The goal is to make money from your accounts. If you guys are spending time because you're so scared of failing your 50K account, you're just trying to save $70. Sometimes it will take you a few attempts. Blow the account, but try to pass it. $140. But if you pass the funded account and you guys can get a $2,000, $3,000 payout from the funded account next week, then that's worth it. Do you guys understand? That's kind of what I'm talking about in my video, and I was just wondering, like, what you guys were thinking about that. Because that's always how I've been in terms of, like, obviously, like, on stream, I'm taking everything slowly. I'm not going to full port it. But when I'm trading by myself, guys, it's not worth it for me to spend 2 weeks trying to pass an eval. It's just not worth it because at the end of the day, like, why I said $70 is because if you guys use any code, if you guys use code MARK at Legacy, you guys are going to get 20% off. The Rise 50K funded account is going to be $70. Most funded accounts are going to be $70. So think about it like that. Is it worth it for you to sit there for 2 weeks without making any money because you're still on the eval? Or would you rather be a little more aggressive, blow the account, but buy it again? But then you get the funded account. When you're on the funded account, you guys can slow down. Take your time. But I just wanted to leave that for you guys. And I'm still waiting for this setup to play out here. I'm waiting for it to come up and disrespect this bearish gap. Because we're sitting around this area, the low of this 4-hour FVG and also the 1-hour NOEC. So we're sitting around this area. I want to see buys from this area. I really do. But we need more confirmation. We need it to run and churn around. We also have a very tiny wick on this 730 candle. I really like how this looks. We can easily go for at least like maybe this high right here. 4710. That would be beautiful too. So let's see if we get the reversal. I'm going to continue. I'm almost done with the video. And then I will get back in and talk to you guys. Boom. Boom. I'm done. Let's go. Finished it up. Mark, have you done a 50 or 100K challenge on live at least? Because I would love to see how you can pass it within a week or less than 2 weeks. Mark, what's your average percentage of month profit versus account balance? Don't show your account balance, just so percentage you can make. I don't really look at the exact percentage that I can make. I'd say like on average though, every withdrawal that I would like to take on my live account ranges from 2,500 to like 4,000 or 5,000. Past that point, I'm just stressing out myself. Occasionally I do get like a nice trade that will be over 10K, but I usually just take $2,500 payouts from my live account. Sell's looking better, to be honest. It's been trending up and down. I think it will hit again. Yeah, do you think it might be heading for the second no wick candle down here? That's way too far, to be honest. I think it's way too far, and the fact that we have this 4-hour gap, if it ran all the way down there, it would 100% disrespect this 4-hour gap. And if we're bullish, we should not be disrespecting this gap. We should be respecting it if we're bullish. So I'm going to give it some more time. You haven't traded funded yet? You're scared of the consistency rule? Consistency rule isn't bad. It would just like be pretty much whatever you make. You just have to stay 20% of that. Or I think they're actually also working to remove that. So you guys are going to see that come out soon. I don't think you should be worried about it. You can still make money on them. I've seen Luca doing it too, but I've witnessed Mark with it yet. At what point, I've passed accounts on stream. At what point would this 4-hour gap be considered mitigated? I noticed we wicked below it already. So it's not going to be mitigated until the 4-hour candle actually closes. So you see we have 3 hours left. So anytime within this 3 hours, as long as it pulls back up and closes inside of this gap, we're still respecting it. So that's how fair value gaps work, and that's what makes it a little difficult on the higher time frame to know when the move is going to happen. And that's why you have to use time frame alignment, where you go down to the lower time frame and make sure that it has the same thing that the higher time frame is doing. I'm on my 4th evaluation. I'm going to do my best to pass this one. Let's go, Shredder X. I believe in you. Let me show you guys how you can easily pass an eval. First things first, I would not be looking for A+ setups. What I would do, guys, for passing an eval, like for example this one, we're up $2,000. So far down $35 on the day. Instead of 5 micros, you do 15. Let's do like 25 ticks. We're below this 4-hour gap, and I'm expecting it to go up from the 4-hour gap. Now, I don't need a massive move. I'm in with 15 micros now, so I don't need a massive move. Even if it was just to continue doing what it was doing here, where it would just pull up a little bit, back up into like this 4-hour gap, for example, then we would, all right, I just got cooked. $300 loss. But $300 loss with 15 micros, again, if it starts pulling back up into this 4-hour gap, we don't need the whole move. We just need a little retracement. So let's see if we get a nice little retracement. And I would just take a lot more risk with tighter stop losses. And whenever you get the trade, you aim for your 50%. So for those of you guys that don't know, in order to pass a legacy account, like this one, for example, in order to pass a legacy funded account, you can only make 50% of the total target. Now I'm on a Rise 100K account. So if we go to legacy account, Rise 100K account, the profit target is 6K. The maximum loss limit in 1 day is $2,500. So from my current balance, which was $2,000 today, I could lose up to $2,500. So if I'm only down $400, I'm not really even close to blowing the account. I still have $2,000, $2,100 to risk today. So I don't have to be taking the best trades. In order to pass it fast, you just pretty much use a higher risk, tighter stop loss with good risk management, enter trades based off of where the overall bias is going, And one of these trades with 15 micros is going to make you your 50%. So again, in order to pass the account, you have to make $6,000, but you can only make maximum 50% of this in one day. So today, the most that I can make is $3,000, right? So $3,000 on top of my balance, I can make $5,000. So my total balance can be $5,000. So I would take a trade with the buys, 15 micros. It might take 2-3 losses, but whenever you get the trade with the trend, that trade, you just hold it until it makes you that amount. So right here, we're in a trade with 15 micros, right? I'm going to hold this trade because obviously we're below this whole 4-hour gap. If this starts pulling back up, we can get a trade all the way back up into this 4-hour gap. 4694. So we still have like 30 pips before we just barely get back into the 4-hour gap. And at this point, what do? You can just go break even. When it gets to this 4-hour gap, you go break even. If it goes back down, you try again next time, you know? So let's see if we do indeed get a nice little move from here. And again, I don't recommend you guys copy what I'm doing right now, but I'm showing you guys. With 15 micros, you don't really even need like the best trade setups. You just trade with the trend, you take a few attempts, and you do that. When I'm trading on stream, guys, I will trade with you guys very conservatively because obviously there's other people that are copying what I'm doing. I don't want you guys to think that this is the right way you should be trading on your funded accounts. But on an eval, again, guys, think about the maximum that you can lose in one singular day. And if you guys want to pass this account within the next week or 2 weeks, you guys have to trade a lot more aggressively. What do you think about starting a small live account with about $1,000 and risking $50 per trade? I think that that's a great idea. Live accounts are amazing because you can withdraw every trade that you win, and it will teach you how to trade a live account. If you are wondering what broker to use, I could send you one in your DMs. Just let me know. All right, we're getting a nice move here. I created an indicator for myself that shows all IFGs across all time frames. Make it easier to see for me, at least. For some may think it's too much information. Again, you don't need every IFG, but it is helpful at first just to see how they look, to train your eyes on them. Your equity daily drawdown and max daily drawdown gets updated as you trade in profit or loss 2 to 3% of the account balance. Yes, but that's end of day balance. So now that we're up $285, we can go break even on this trade. Again, you just pretty much you trade and you hold your winners. You try to get that 3 or 50% of the total profit target, which for me on this account, that would be $3,000 in one singular trading day. So that's what we can make here. We can make $3,000. You just have to trade a little more risky. And that's just the reality that you have to take losses. You have to have good risk management. Don't blow the account in 1 or 2 trades. Spread it out across some trades. And one good trade like this one right here can run up into this 4-hour gap, give us a nice profit, and let us secure some banger profits. I'm going to make this right on it because we have an IFG here. This can actually be a really good trade. There you go. We tapped into the IFG right here. So this can be a really good trade here. If you guys see, we have an IFG right there on the 1 minute time frame. If we reject from here, we might get a nice move. Come on. There you go. Beautiful. So take a look at that. We just rejected off of this 1 minute IFG. Beautiful, beautiful. I'm already in beforehand. So now I just hold the trade, and hopefully from here we pull back up into this 4-hour gap, and there you go. I will have easily $1,000 in this account from this 15 micro trade. Of course. And again, guys, I'm live every single day, trading the same strategy. You guys just gotta tune in. Let's see if we can get up to this 4-hour bullish FEG. If this one takes me out, I'm just gonna hop off for the day just because it's been already over an hour. I got things to do. All right, boys. I mean, it's just kind of chopping around this IFUG. I was hoping that it was gonna rip out, and that just took me out at break even. All right, boys. I was looking for a bullish trade here. We obviously ran straight through this bullish gap. I'm gonna keep my eye out on the NOAA candle down here, because that's what we ran to today. We took one sell trade to this gap, so we're kind of sitting at like break even today. Aside from the trades that I took when I was just talking about passing the accounts. But I'll catch you guys in the next Asia stream tomorrow. Hope you guys trade well inside of this range. Have a good night, everybody. Peace out.